Look at all these birds. So many birds. I'm out here bird watching.
The birds have landed here in Ann Arbor, but you
Yeah.
better be careful.
Look at that
where
bird.
you ride them. It doesn't take long to spot
Look at that
one
bird.
or two or three or four. These birds.
Middle-aged woman, what you doing? That decision gonna put you in ruins. Get your old ass scooter off the scooter. This a PSA, don't play. When you see a bird in the roadway, look away, unless it's mine. And you're like a dick, that's 9, divided by 3. Ryan here for Silly Reviews. I thought I'd do a review on the epidemic that is rental scooters or scooter sharing. Over the past year to 2 years, companies like Bird, now Uber and Lyft, they're involved as well. They have these little electric scooters that practically anyone can rent. And while they're not available here, actually New Orleans, I live in the New Orleans metro area, we just shot down electric scooters, scooter sharing again in October. But I believe it's going to come back up in January. I don't know how it would even work out here. I don't know how it works in other cities, but the crime is so bad here. They want these dockless electric scooters out here. So basically, you don't have to bring them to a docking station when you're finished. When you can just go straight to your destination, and there's a lock that attaches to the bike, and it just sits there. And in the evening time, there's a bounty, I guess you could put it, on recharging these bikes, and everything works via GPS and using an app on your phone. So that had me thinking, if these turn up out here, in my experience on the road with people who use bicycles, other types of scooters who don't obey traffic laws, what is it going to be like to be a driver of a typical vehicle on the roads with people using these electric scooters who have no experience riding on an electric scooter, who it's almost guaranteed will not obey traffic laws, who will probably ride them on the sidewalks, which is not legal in most municipalities, especially not here. What kind of chaos will this create? Now, as somebody who absolutely used to love to drive but now hates to drive, I can't stand when I have to go to the city for anything, because these hipster bike riders, they just blow through stop signs, ride against traffic. It's insane, but share the road, right, people? But I'm not trying to make this a grumpy video. Anyway, so one thing I wondered is, what are the requirements for someone to be able to rent one of these little electric scooters on a ride share like Bird, Jump, and other companies? So on Bird's website, if we go to safety, it explains that. So let's check out safety. Of course, this website has to have wacky HTML5 animations and whatnot. So here we go. Safety first. The safety of riders and members of the community is our obsession here at Bird. Keep these things in mind the next time you ride. Okay, we've got a lady here. Cool eye protection, and I think that's a helmet, or is that a hairdo? Maybe that's a bun in the back with a helmet on top. Anyway, it says wear a helmet. Bird offers free helmets to all active riders. Just covers shipping. You can request your helmet in the safety section in the Bird app. That's pretty cool, but apparently to get this helmet, you have to already be an established customer with Bird. So what does that tell you? That's likely to tell you that people are going to ride these with, like I said before, minimal to no experience on busy, chaotic streets in the city with no helmet, at least in the beginning. If it becomes, something normal, a regular basis type deal, then they'll probably order the helmet, and hopefully they haven't split their wig open before then. So that's kind of cool. You only have to pay shipping. I wonder what they charge for shipping. I would hope it'd be under $10. That would let me know that maybe they really do care about safety. Where to ride? Okay, so in bold, care for pedestrians. No riding on sidewalks unless local law requires it or permits it. It endangers members of the community who want to walk freely. We're all in this together. So let's be good neighbors and look out for one another. So, most people, they are going to ride it on the sidewalks until they get ticketed. And that's only if your city has the manpower to enforce keeping these people off of the sidewalks. I've actually never been to a city or lived in a city where it was legal to ride a bicycle, scooter, or anything electric on a sidewalk. But when they can, I know they're going to want to get off the streets and ride on the sidewalk. So if you're walking on the sidewalk, you better watch out. Okay. Ride bike in lanes or close to the right of the curb. Okay, so now you have to picture when you see people who drive mopeds and motorcycles. They're on the road. They stay to the outsides of the lanes. And to my knowledge, I'm not an experienced motorcycle rider or anything, but that is because it is most slick in the middle of lanes. That's where oil and everything gathers. Okay, so you're gonna want to ride to the outside of the lanes, right? That makes sense. Or right next to the curb. So I'd imagine they're going to be riding these in the bike lanes if that's an option, but it's scary. Again, you're going to be on this. It's new. You're exposed. It feels less safe on these than it does to be on even a regular bicycle. So these people, again, do you want to be hugged up on the road in the bike lane, scared as hell, no helmet on, no experience, with a motorized scooter that can only go up to 15 miles an hour, and that's going to depend on the charge of the battery, the wear and tear on the bike, and as well as your body weight or what you're carrying with you. So scary propositions all the way around. And if you're a person in a car, truck, van, whatever, and you ever hit somebody, even when they're breaking the law, if you hit somebody on a bicycle, somebody who's jaywalking, somebody on one of these little electric scooters, you better believe there are people around. They're coming after you. So now it's a threat to you as the driver because, these people, they'll gang together and, immediately point you as the crazy person behind the wheel, even if they ran through stop signs, riding in the lane when they're not supposed to, things like that. So I just see chaos and danger. Let's keep going. Where to park. Park birds out of the public right-of-way, keeping walkways, driveways, access ramps, and fire hydrants clear. Again, people are just ditching these little electric scooters, and they don't care. Accountability and responsibility is out the window on something like this. They're done with it. They checked out of the app, whatever it does to stop the fees, and it's over with. They're not going to care. Park birds close to the curb facing the street near designated bike or scooter parking areas, trees, or street signs. Again, they're not going to care. Once they've reached their destination, all responsibility is gone. It's how people are. And as soon as they drop these suckers, the crime rates, they're so bad in major cities. They're so bad in this city. Somebody's just going to mosey on over and steal that thing anyway, figure out how to take that GPS off, over with. Make sure your kickstand is securely down, so who cares about that? Avoid uneven surfaces like grass, gravel, rocks, or inclines. Rules of the road. So here's where I really wanted to get to, and it only took 9 minutes to get there. This is basically the requirements that I was looking for to be able to rent one of these, and I know you're going to need a smartphone. What's the rest of it? So you need to be 18 years old with a valid driver's license to license one of these Bird electric scooters. I wonder how they enforce that. Before you can rent one of these electric scooters, is there some type of process where you're uploading a picture of maybe the front and back of your driver's license, and they're going to verify that some kind of way with the last 4 digits of your social, something like that? Or is it just on your word? How does that work? Only one rider per vehicle. Now, these things are so small, you'd have to get really creative to be able to put 2 people on here. I don't know how you would do that unless you have a baby on a backpack. And I'm not going to put the intelligence of the public above not doing that. So I guess that could happen. Use caution at crosswalks. Yeah, don't just mow over pedestrians who are walking. Let's see. And then caution, be aware of your surrounding areas, especially at intersections. Cars are your biggest risk. I don't agree with that statement. Bird says that cars are the biggest risks to the operators of these electric scooters. I think the biggest risk is the operators themselves. These people aren't going to classes to learn how to defensively drive or operate these things. You're going to have many first, second-time riders, no experience. Crazy, absolutely crazy. Start off slowly, get used to the accelerator and the brakes. Another thing, thinking of brakes and the acceleration so what is the upkeep schedule on these things? You're not making money if they're not out there for people to rent. What is the maintenance schedule like on these? I would love to find that information out. No headphones. Listen to what's around you. They're going to wear their headphones. Everybody has earbuds in, headphones on all the time. They're going to be wearing their headphones. They're not going to hear you. They're not going to hear oncoming traffic. They're not going to hear pedestrians. Chaos. Don't ride if you've been drinking alcohol. Now think about this. Around here, it's easy enough for people to walk half mile, a little less, more, whatever. Sure, it's similar in other cities to get down to the bar, okay? Or, you drive to the bar and you get wrecked, straight hammered, okay? You've got a couple of options. Drive or walk home drunk. Get a ride, call an Uber, call a taxi, But let's say you have these little electric scooters sitting outside. When you're inebriated, when you're intoxicated, when you're lit up, and maybe you could be feeling like this by yourself, with your boys, your friends, whatever, and they have these bird scooters just sitting outside. You don't want the night to end, or maybe you do and you want to get home as quickly and inexpensively as possible. Is there something to blow in on these scooters? Is there a breathalyzer? How does that work? It sounds like fun right now. It seems like a lot of fun if you're drunk. Again, more risk, more chaos. And sure, that's on the rider, that's on the person. But I just feel like these really lend themselves to possibly terrifying situations. So anyway, if you saw the example in the beginning of the video of the woman and what seemed like her first experience on one of these scooters, I'm gonna go ahead and run it back for you. My name is Ryan for Silly Reviews. Please like, subscribe, share. Share with me what you think about these electric scooters, these scooter shares, this ride-sharing scooter stuff, Bird, Uber, Lyft scooters, all that stuff. What do you think about this? Good thing, bad thing? Do you have any experience with it? Let us know in the comments. I especially want to know because, again, like I said, the city out here keeps striking it down. They're not letting it happen. So what is it like by you if you have experience? Roll that beautiful bean footage. Look at that bird. Look at that bird. Middle-aged woman, what you doing? That decision gonna put you in ruins. Get your old ass scooter off the scooter. This a PSA, don't play. When you see a bird in the roadway, look away, unless it's mine. And you're like a dick, that's not